Which is better, meal plans or flexible dieting?
When my friends go, it was simple. When the ends low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight.
So I was asked this question the last day by a new personal trainer on the scene, and what a great question indeed. Which is better, meal plans or flexible dieting? While both have their place in the fitness industry, both have very different methods of approach. Now, the overall goal at the end of the journey should be the same in theory, but each have their own pros and cons. So we'll start out with the meal plan. Where I think meal plans absolutely excel is in advanced people in the industry, in people who have a good relationship with food already. You know, they're familiar with basic knowledge of proteins, fats and carbs. They don't look at carbs and fats in, fear for their life. Those are the kind of people I can hand a piece of paper with a list of instructions throughout the week, and they'll be a-okay to do it. A second method of where I would use a meal plan, and I'm not too keen on this method, but sometimes it does have to be done, and it's, let's say this person has a big day, we'll say a wedding. They want to be in the best shape of their life before this day, and then afterwards they don't really care. Well, then in this situation I would probably use a meal plan. Now, where I would say that flexible dieting comes into play. Now first, let's just define flexible dieting, because quite frankly that term could mean anything. In this situation, flexible dieting means if it fits your macros, and that means you set a daily amount of proteins, fats and carbs and stick within that and aim for those targets every 24 hours. Now, I really prefer this method in most of my clients, as the rule of thumb when approaching it is the client has to do a lot of the thinking. They don't just get to read off a piece of paper and blatantly just do whatever they said is on a sheet, and then when they're not my client anymore, not have the piece of paper with them and then completely bounce back. So this flexible dieting, or if it fits your macros, gets the client or the individual looking to make changes do a lot of the thinking. So things like, if I have a set amount of protein for them to hit per day, well, now they automatically need to start thinking, okay, well, what am I eating so far that has protein? Can I eat any more of this? Let's explore with different varieties of protein. Where can I even get protein from? All these questions begun to ask in their own heads is, again, exactly what we're looking for, is the progression and the education of their food knowledge. Flexible dieting for most beginners, for the educational standpoint, and to try and fit a routine and eating schedule that is going to be suited for you, and strict meal plans for those of you who are a little bit more advanced, don't really care too much about what it is, just kind of want to get the results. That's been me, guys. See you next week.
When my friends go, it was simple. When the ends low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, bet I strike, I go hard day and night.